Changing your money mindset is easier said than done. When emotions run high, we can't control our thoughts any more than we can control the weather. But we can be prepared for the rain. We can be prepared by practicing self-awareness. It's an ongoing process of observing our thoughts, noticing when a negative pattern arises, and choosing to redirect our attention to a more balanced take on the situation. It requires attention and patience, but over time, this healthier way to cope can make a big difference in your mental health. Let's walk through one together, using the first thinking trap, comparison, and the first example with the Patels. The Patels are always on vacation. We never go anywhere. I'm too broke to do anything. That's a tough one. It's okay to feel jealous of someone else's exciting vacation. You know, we're only human. But the truth is, we don't know the reality of anyone's financial situation by looking at their experiences or possessions. And even if we did, comparing it to what you have isn't a helpful thought to hold on to. A helpful reframe could be one that acknowledges everyone's diversity of experience and celebrates what you do have. Something like, the Patels made a decision based on their own financial situation. Mine is different, but my family can still experience joy and rest together in a way that is realistic for our budget. Now, think about a time where you've relied on comparison too much, comparing your financial situation to someone else's and judging yourself for not measuring up. Then, write down an example of what those thoughts sound like. Then, next to it, think of a more generous way to view that situation and write it down. Repeating this process with each thinking trap should give you a few ideas for how to shift your money mindset for the better. Our relationship to money can bring up a lot of feelings, good and bad. This is especially true when you're in the middle of financial transitions or stress. If you're battling recurring negative thoughts about your financial situation, be sure to validate how you feel before trying to reframe your thinking. It's okay to feel how you feel, but we may not want to be stuck there forever. Once you've held space for your feelings, reframing those thought patterns can help you regain a sense of control or motivate you to take action. There's more than one way to nurture your financial well-being. Think of it like working on your physical health. Solutions are never one size fits all. You have to find what works for you. But there is one tried and true theme to what works well, and that's seeking support. Feelings like fear or shame can keep us from reaching out for help. But ignoring our financial stress won't make it go away. In fact, it usually makes it worse. Relying on trusted advisors, experts, loved ones, and resources can help you overcome many of the obstacles that keep you from making a plan and sticking to it. The first step to making a plan is assessing your situation. You can do this by using the Taking Care of Yourself section of the course handout. While it can be difficult or emotional to shine a light on these things, knowing the full reality of your current finances is an essential part of the process. Start by understanding everywhere money is coming and going, compiling a list of any debt, ongoing expenses, and income. Next, clarify what's important now and in the future. What are your current values and future goals? It might be helpful to break down your goals across time. What are some short and long-term financial goals? How does your spending align with these right now? What changes can be made moving forward to take control of your finances? What barriers stand in your way? And how can you overcome them? Trusted advisors like a friend, a therapist, or a finance professional are great for this, but you can also explore a lot of this on your own. While sorting through your plan, identify where you need advice versus support. Think back to our definition of financial well-being here to cover your bases. To better support your financial situation, do you need advice or education on how to manage your money better? Could you get that from a book, a class, a trusted friend, or a financial advisor? On the other hand, how can you support the feelings you have about your finances? Could a therapist or trusted friend help you sort through your stress? Can you think of a friend or family member who would be a good accountability partner? If you aren't ready to work with a professional, talking with friends and family members is a great place to start. Asking trusted people to share their experiences is a powerful way to challenge financial anxiety and overcome the taboo of money talk. You might also be able to pull collective knowledge here too. Think of who in your life has experienced similar financial wins or woes and reach out. Just remember, every person's financial strategy will be different. What might have worked for a loved one might not be realistic or accessible for you. The goal of those conversations is to understand what factors to consider and what resources might be available when you're approaching certain financial goals. Then, it will be up to you to decide which experiences and pieces of advice are most applicable and reliable for you. Finally, make sure your plan includes time for rest and self-care. No matter what goals we're trying to reach, they're impossible to achieve without taking time to care for ourselves. Remember, you don't have to take a big vacation to take a break. Instead, prioritize rest and self-care in ways that are accessible for you and your financial reality, including your needs, expenses, and goals.